You ever get the feeling the universe is trying to tell us something? Not with words, but with numbers, a kind of hidden code hiding in plain sight. Well, today we're going to explore a pretty fascinating idea that suggests three very specific numbers might just be the key. Just take a look at this. Now, at first glance, yeah, it's just some numbers in a circle. But the material we're diving into today suggests there's a profound order here, a deliberate pattern that connects the numbers 3, 6, and 9 in a really special way.
And get this, it's not some brand new idea. The famous inventor Nikola Tesla was apparently obsessed with these numbers, even calling them a key to the universe. So what is the deal with 3, 6, and 9? What made them so special to thinkers and mystics? Let's find out.
All right, so what's the actual theory here? Well, according to the sources we're looking at, these aren't just digits you see in a phone number. They're presented as having these distinct, powerful roles in a kind of divine system.
So here's the core idea. 3 is linked to the act of creation itself. 6 is all about sustaining that creation, keeping it going. And 9 represents completion, the final act. It's like a whole cycle of divine action, all wrapped up in these 3 numbers.
Okay, so that's the big picture, the symbolic stuff. But the argument is built on something a lot more concrete, the really unique math behind these numbers. Let's see how this incredible pattern starts to build. We're going to look at their multiplication tables, but with a simple little trick. If a result has 2 digits, you just add them together. And when you do that, a really, really strange pattern starts to emerge. First up, let's look at the number 3. Okay, so 3 times 4 is 12, right? And 1 plus 2 is 3. How about 3 times 5? That's 15. 1 plus 5 is 6. 3 times 6 is 18, and 1 plus 8 is 9. Are you seeing it? The results always reduce down to a repeating cycle. 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9. And this isn't a one-off thing. The pattern keeps going with the number 6. Take 6 times 4, that's 24. 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 times 5 is 30, and 3 plus 0 is 3. The same 3 numbers just keep popping up, only in a different order. 6, 3, 9. 6, 3, 9.
And then we get to 9. And this is where it gets really interesting. 9 times 2 is 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 times 7 is 63. 6 plus 3 is 9. It doesn't matter what you multiply it by, the sum of the digits is always 9. It's this incredible constant, like it's governing the whole pattern, but standing just outside of that 3-6 cycle.
So, okay, we've got this really persistent, kind of strange mathematical pattern. But how in the world, according to this material, does this connect to something spiritual? Well, the bridge is this ancient system of interpretation. It's called Abjad numerology. The idea is pretty simple, actually. In this system, every single letter in the Arabic alphabet has a number that goes with it. This lets you turn words into numerical values, and then you can analyze those numbers. Let's walk through the example they give for the Arabic word for God, Allah. Each letter gets its value. You add those up, you get 66. Then, just like we did before, you sum the digits. 6 plus 6 is 12. You do it one more time. 1 plus 2 is 3. And there it is. After all that, the final result is 3-1. One of our key numbers, right back at the center of it all. So why is this a big deal in this framework? Well, the number 3 is a prime number. It's indivisible. And this mathematical property is seen as a kind of reflection of a core theological idea, the indivisible oneness of God. From that point, the source material just expands its search for these patterns everywhere, looking for them in the systems and structures of our everyday lives. I mean, take a simple clock, something you see every single day. The source points out that numbers on opposite sides of the clock face, like 12 and 1 or 11 and 2, they all add up to 13. By taking these numbers and using that same digit summing technique, the calculations consistently lead back to the number 6, our number 4 sustain. Then the code gets applied to bigger, more abstract ideas. As you can see in these diagrams, the number 666 gets linked to carbon and concepts like duality and separation. And that's contrasted with the diagrams on the right, which connect ideas like faith and unity and success, which are associated with those divine and number patterns. We even see it in this wild numerical chart called the equal table of 369. No matter which row or which column you add up, the sum is always 1056. And what happens when you reduce 1056? Come on, you know the drill. 1 plus 0 plus 5 plus 6 equals 12. And 1 plus 2 equals 3. So after all these examples, you got to be asking, what's the point?
What's the intended takeaway here? Well, the source material is actually very clear about its own perspective on what this all means.
And the source material puts it right out there. This isn't meant to be some kind of definitive proof or a new belief system. It's explicitly framed as an invitation for reflection. So to kind of sum up the author's viewpoint, these are just indications, not proofs. They're meant to inspire a sense of wonder at the incredible order of the universe. Math is seen as a language created by God, but the author stresses that real faith has to be based on Scripture. They even admit their own understanding is limited, and that these are just their own personal contemplations. Which leaves us with a final thought to chew on. Whether you see these patterns as pure coincidence or some kind of cosmic code, it does raise a fascinating question. If math truly is a universal language that underlies our entire reality, what else might it be trying to tell us?